Back to the grind with the only free MMA channel that fucking matters, full-time MMA. Let's fucking go! I cannot wait to tell my motherfucking casual fans this news. They love Brock Lesnar. They don't give a fuck if he's from the WWE. They don't give a fuck if he's on steroids. They just want to see Brock Lesnar in the UFC fight shit, and they will pay to see it. They fucking love Brock Lesnar. So to all you hardcore fans like myself who thinks this shit is kind of a joke, especially with that USADA and how the Mark Hunt situation and how this dude got the exemption and came out juiced to the gills and then got popped, and then you're just mad I'm a white boy and I'm jacked and never had to answer to the shit. There was no real repercussions. He got a little suspension. So a lot of people are kind of like, what the fuck? This is a real shit show going on here, especially with the return of CM Punk. Holy shit. Could you imagine Brock Lesnar and CM Punk on the same pay-per-view? Let's go! Let's fucking go! I cannot wait. Oh, UFC, hey, this entertainment, baby. You can't tell me it's not going to be entertaining. One of the multiple sources have confirmed that Brock Lesnar's coming back or re-entered the USADA testing pool at least. One of the sources out of the multiple sources has said he's eyeing an MSG return, but that might not be imminent because he's going to have at least 4 months of a testing pool, right? I think there's a 4-month testing period, and he said that unless he gets another exemption, he won't be cleared to fight by November, which is when MSG is supposed to take place. But he could still fight on the year-end card. He could still fight in December. He can't make November, but he would make December. And that would be a huge fucking card. They usually try and do a big event at the end of the year. So they could put Brock Lesnar and CM Punk on that bitch, followed by who knows what. It don't even matter, dog. But this is interesting. Let's get into who all confirmed it. Okay, so it was first it broke and then it was confirmed. So first we had a guy, Talk MMA on Twitter. He was saying Paul Heyman and Brock Lesnar were at the UFC headquarters during IFW, had a meeting with the UFC brass. Brock's return is imminent, most likely Madison Square Garden on November 4th. But the thing about that is November 4th, that's not a likely date. But he said the November 4th date was obviously speculation. Brock hasn't been tested by USADA in 2017 so far that I know, but his return is imminent. So some people called him out like, what the fuck do you mean he's most likely at Madison Square Garden on November 4th, dude? You have to have a 4-month fucking testing period and it's past the 4th. So that would put us at least to November 19th as of today. November 19th would be the earliest Brock could come back if it was a 4-month testing period. So everyone was like, dude, this is fake news as fuck. What are you talking about? He couldn't come back to MSG if he wanted to. And he said, well, that part was speculation, which kind of made me think he was trolling. But then other sources came out, and also another source came out and confirmed he was in the USADA testing pool. But he said Brock has yet to be tested in 2017 by USADA. You would think that rules out November, but he could possibly get another exemption. I don't think he can possibly get another exemption, dog. I really don't. That part, no. He got an exemption. It proved he shouldn't have got the exemption because he came out, got an exemption, and fucking had steroids to his gills, juice to the gills. So you already showed you can't give Brock Lesnar an exemption. You showed you probably shouldn't give many people an exemption. He damn near blew that whole exemption clause up. It's like, oh yeah, you get an exemption. We hope you're clean, and then you come out juiced to the fucking gills, and that exemption just looks terrible. So I don't think they can give him another exemption. So that's why this wasn't as big yet, because this guy Diz, Talk MMA, he had holes in the shit. But then Dan Hooker, he came out and said, I just had a second person tell me Brock Lesnar is back in the USADA testing pool. His suspension will be over by MSG card this November. I know one man that wants a crack, and he's talking about Mark Hunt. I don't know. This isn't maybe he got that from the same guy, because he's saying that will be over by Madison Square Garden. Well, Madison Square Garden better not be November 4th. If Madison Square Garden is November 27th or something, yeah, he can come back for MSG. But if MSG is November 4th, they're going to have to give him another exemption. So those two guys, they reported it. They said that Brock Lesnar's coming back, return is imminent, MSG. That still wasn't enough. That still didn't take this away from being fake news. But now it's confirmed, supposedly confirmed. It says this month, Lesnar's 1-year suspension from the sport expires. Lesnar was suspended after he tested positive for banned substances for his fight against heavyweight contender Mark Hunt at UFC 200 in July 2016. According to Dave Meltzer of the Wrestling Observer newsletter, Lesnar appears to be back in the USADA testing pool. which means he plans to fight in the near future. Now, you remember last time Ariel Helwani got in trouble for breaking this news. So if Ariel Helwani got this news, he passed the shit on. I mean, I don't know who the sources are, but I'm saying shit. Ariel Helwani learned. So, what, man, this shit could be fucking fake news, but I don't think it's gonna be, man. I really think they're gonna find a way. They owe all this money. They've been making all of these cuts. They've been fucking firing people, letting Gegard Mousasi go, let Rory McDonald go. They're doing all this shit to save money, firing guys, firing Chuck Liddell. All of this shit to save money. So to make money, why would they give a fuck about bringing Brock Lesnar back? Because some hardcore fans think he's a cheater? Do you think they give a fuck? No. If Brock Lesnar's bringing in 1.5 million pay-per-view buys, I don't get bad press is good press because it's better than no press. So whether half the people are calling him a juice head and half the people are saying they love him, because I'm telling you, I know some people that love Brock Lesnar and they don't give a fuck about the steroids because they know the WWE uses steroids and they don't give a fuck. So whenever he comes to the UFC, they just want to see big boy in action. They ain't hearing about the purity of the sport. No. If the sport was pure, they wouldn't be buying the pay-per-view because they're buying it for Brock Lesnar. So for every person that will buy this pay-per-view for Brock Lesnar, that's why I think he's coming back. That's why I believe Brock Lesnar will come back. And it would be so crazy if he was on the same fucking card as CM Punk. I might have a little happy time in my pants if Brock Lesnar and CM Punk are on the same card, just because the shit show will be real. It will be fucking real. If you can get Brock Lesnar on the fucking card, CM Punk on the card, fucking dude, I would be so excited. It would be just nostalgia. It would just remind me of back in the days when I was a WWE fan. Like, even though when I quit watching before CM Punk, it would just be fucking blowing my mind to know there's 2 WWE fighters in the UFC about to throw down. Not only that, I would know a lot of people that are interested in this, whether it's from work, whether it's in my family, people that actually, know who Brock Lesnar is. They might not know CM Punk, but they do know Brock Lesnar, and so it'll just add to the event, man. It'll be kind of like Floyd Mayweather versus Conor McGregor, as far as a lot of people think it's a shit show, but everyone's going to be watching. A lot of people might think Brock Lesnar and CM Punk on the same pay-per-view is a shit show, but you're all going to be watching. So with that being said, man, I am excited to say it is what it is. Let the hitters know what the fuck you think about Big Brock, baby boy, in the motherfucking comments. And let me know if you're just mad because he's a white boy and he's jacked, dude. A Mexican magician says he's gonna disappear on the count of 3. He says 1, 2, poof, and he disappeared without a trace.